Okay, welcome back to my class. We are discussing economic reforms since 1991. In the previous classes, we have already discussed liberalization, privatization, and globalization policy. Today, we'll make the assessment. Let us see Indian economy during reform and assessment. Let us see what are the impact of the liberalization, privatization, and globalization policy. What are the positive impacts and what are the negative impacts of the policy? So first one is the positive impact of reform. Let us see what are the positive impacts of reform. So first positive impact of reform was that increase in the growth rate of the country. The growth rate of a country is measured in terms of GDP, gross domestic product. So if GDP increases continuously for long period of time, then we can say there is an economic growth in a country. So during 1980 and 91, the growth rate of India was 5.6%, and during 2007 and 12, the growth rate rises from 5.6% to 8.2%. So we have seen this economic growth has risen from 5.6% to 8.2%. And let us see during the 12 5-year plan, during the period 2012 and 17, our planners, they put the target to achieve a very high rate of economic growth, and they put the target to achieve the economic growth in terms of GDP with the rate of 9% and 9.9%. So this is one of the achievement we can say of the economic reform. The second one is a structural change. So a structural change, this economic reform has brought an infrastructural change into the Indian economy. So before 1991, the contribution of agriculture sector, the contribution of industrial sector was higher in comparison to the contribution of service sector into the GDP. But what happened, let us see, during the reform period, this growth rate of the agriculture and industry has gone down, but the service sector has registered growth. The growth of the service sector has taken place in our country. The contribution of the service sector into the GDP has increases because of the development of the infrastructure in our country, because of the development of transport and communication, because of the development of banking and insurance, because of the development of information technology, because of the uses of internet in our country. So the growth has taken place and the contribution of the service sector into the GDP has increases in our country. So next one, another positive impact is increase in foreign direct investment and foreign exchange reserve. So let us see this. During 1990-91, the foreign direct investment and foreign institutional investment, it was only 100 million US dollar, and which rose to 467 billion US dollar during 2012 and 13. So we can say the foreign direct investment which increases rapidly in our country after the introduction of liberalization, privatization, and globalization policy. Other side, let us see, foreign exchange reserve has also increases in our country. This during 1990 and 91, this India was having only 6 billion US dollar foreign exchange reserve, and this foreign exchange reserve rose from 6 billion to 304 billion US dollar during 2013 and 14. And this time India is one of the major foreign exchange reservoir of in the world. So in terms of foreign exchange reserve, India is one of the major foreign exchange reserver, we can say. Another positive impact of the reform was promotion of export. So let us see what was happening in our country. Generally, our export was less in comparison to import. Even today, our, let us see, import are more than our export. But let us see, there are certain goods, there are certain sectors in which the India has become the dominating exporter of certain commodities. Let us see, India has become the exporter of auto parts. India has become the exporter of engineering goods. India has become the exporter of IT, information technology, software, textile goods, etc. after the reform. So after the reform, the India has become the exporter of many commodities into the international market. Another, control on inflation. The average inflation rate in the year 1990 was 4.5%, but average inflation rate, if you'll see that during the last period, during 1990 to 2020, it means during 30 years, we have seen the rate of inflation, the average rate of inflation is less than 3% in our country, and it is 2.29%. So we can say, let us see, this globalization has checked the inflation, has checked the rapid rise into the prices of commodities. So these are the positive impact. Let us see what are the negative impacts, what are the limitations of the introduction of economic reform, introduction of new economic policy. And the first one, it is given, not generated sufficient employment opportunities in the country. Our planners, our politicians, they think that the introduction of new economic policy will bring a rapid change into the generation of employment, but it was seen that the employment opportunity has not increased in sufficient amount in our country. The second limitation is neglect of agriculture. So it has been seen that the growth rate in agriculture has declined in our country, and the investment in terms of infrastructural development, in terms of irrigation, in terms of power generation, in terms of transportation, in terms of market linkages, in terms of research and development in the field of agriculture has fallen down in our country. And let us see, this increase into the means investment has not increases in sufficient amount in terms of in the field of, let us see, irrigation, in the field of power generation, in the field of roads, market linkages and research in agriculture. So we can say the agriculture sectors are being neglected in our country. And let us see what happened because of the globalization. Our farmers, they have started producing the cash crops in order to export the commodity, in order to earn the foreign exchange. So what happened, let us see, the prices of the essential commodities and the prices of the food grains are rising in our country, and it becomes hard to the poor person, it becomes hard to the people who are below the poverty line to maintain the minimum consumption level. So another limitation of this policy is disinvestment. Disinvestment was made in order to modernize the public sector enterprises, in order to introduction of new and advanced and latest technology into the public sector enterprises. But what happened, let us see, this public sector enterprises, the asset of the public sector enterprises was devaluated, and it was sold to the private sector at the rate which was less than the actual rate of the asset. So let us see, we can say there is a great loss of the disinvestment in our country, and the money, the funds collected by the disinvestment was used not for modernization, but was used to meet the government expenditure. So this is the limitation, we can say, ineffectiveness of fiscal policy. Fiscal policies are the policy related with the government revenue receipts and government expenditure. So government brought a lot of changes into the collection of taxes. Government reduces the rate of taxes. Government introduces the GST. Government reduces the rate of income taxes, corporation taxes, with the aim of increasing the collection of revenues, with the aim of checking the tax evasion in our country. But let us see what happened. The tax reduction was done to curb the tax evasion and increase in the government revenues. But this policy did not actually result in increase in the tax revenue of the government. So these are the certain limitation of the introduction of the new economic policies in our country. So let us see, we have discussed this positive impact of reform and negative impact of reform. I think you will like this video. If you like this video, you please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.